Right then, are we all here? Good. Hector, the coin, please. What do you mean you don't have one? That's your whole job. What is the point of having a coin toss monitor roster if the coin toss monitor rosterees don't read said roster and prepare accordingly?
I've got one, sir.
Thank you, Baker. What of you, public, are the away team? They have the call. What'll it be?
Heads. No, tails. No, heads.
I'm going to need a decision, miss.
Heads.
It's tails.
It never fails in New South Wales.
Baker,
Yes, sir?
shut up.
Yes, sir.
Zinc-Tudes are the affirmative. Wattleview public are the negative. Boys, you're in Partridge 3. Girl, Wattleview public, you're in Rice 5. Hector will show you the way. You have 60 minutes. No phones, no computers, approved dictionaries only, and you all know the rule. Here are your topics. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, 12A have retired to their rooms. St Jude's College are in the affirmative. The team is as follows. First speaker, Jasper Keating-Gray. Second speaker, Lyndon Dackwood. Third speaker, Hamish Baker-Blue. Wattleview public are in the negative. The team is as follows. First speaker, Annie Durkin. Second speaker, Leilani Makatoa. My apologies. And third speaker, Katie Nagel. And their topic is that
We
All
need
more.
time.
We're not supposed to have our phones. Why are you whispering? Oh, the first few minutes is usually quiet time. Helps with the thinking. Oh, okay. So...
Can you guys read that?
Only just.
More time. More what time? More prep time?
Could be.
Do you think we do?
Need more time? Well, depends on the topic.
Lyndon, what do you reckon?
I thought we weren't speaking for the first 5 minutes.
Good point, Dax. Keats, zip it.
But we can't
That's
just...
enough. You're making us all incredibly.
Anxious. Okay. Just gotta get into it. More time. More time. More time for what? For the debate? For school?
For therapy? What is that? What are you doing?
I've recently discovered the benefits of breathwork.
You've recently discovered breathing. How are you not dead?
Not breathing, breathwork. Different thing entirely.
Seems that way. Is it working?
Is what working?
The breath work. Are you stress reduced?
Not really.
Maybe you should cut back a bit
On the breathwork.
on the breathing. Give us both a well-earned break.
A break? No, absolutely not.
Don't suppose you know what day it is.
It's Friday. We still don't have a definition yet.
That's on you, big fella.
On me.
Yeah. Definition's your domain.
We have to define together to find something we all agree on.
What do you reckon, Dax?
The only rational definition for time is prep time. Because it's the only unit of time that can, with a little bureaucratic license, be controlled. Hypothetically, of course. To define time in any other way would be asinine in the context of a debate. If we're to argue that we need something, or implying that it can, in fact, be had. If not, we're just talking for the sake of it, which is inefficient, to say the least. Jasper, your calligraphy is sufficiently legible and was in all 6 prior iterations. Hamish, happy birthday. I'm happy to hear a rebuttal on that take.
No,
No, that's actually what I was going to say.
Right. Well, there are still several other key words we need to define, and as much as I dislike idioms, the clock is ticking.
In a proverbial sense.
No, Hamish, in a literal sense.
As in, I literally couldn't care less.
It's not what I meant by help with the definition.
I know, but I feel like you're not fully grasping the depth of my disinterest.
Katie, if you don't contribute, you're not going to have a sufficient...
Listen, I'm here, all right? I did the thing. Whittaker didn't say anything about anything else.
This is the thing. We're doing it now.
What, talking?
Yes.
About this?
Yes.
Okay, fine. You talk, and when you say something interesting, I'll jump in.
Okay. Well, it's not a bad way of doing it. Sometimes it's helpful to categorize the topic. Some topics lend themselves to a yardstick, which is where you'd measure the value of an idea set against... Alternatively, you might propose a model, in which case you'd construct a hypothetical reality that demonstrates how pointless this is. What a way to spend a...
Birthday.
Yes, Hamish, I'm aware that it's your birthday.
As it's my birthday, I feel as if I'm entitled to take a back seat on this one. Let you two thrash it out. Obviously, I'll still do my thing vis-a-vis rebuttal. But as for prep time, I might just park up on the bench. Yeah? Now, it's strictly a one-night arrangement. I wouldn't want to take the piss.
Of course not.
I'll be back at my brainstorming best come finals.
Lucky us.
So, sarcasm? Good for you, Dax. How's that all sitting with you, Keats?
Off.
What's that?
We're no certainty to make the finals, Hamish.
Are we not?
No. We have to win tonight. What? What?
Really? You're going to make me spell it out for you? Okay. But I want it on record. I really didn't want to do this. Wattleview Public, Keats. Public.
Hamish.
Like pubic, but with an L.
No, we're not doing this.
Not doing what? Not living in the real world?
Not assuming our oppositions are pushovers just because of where they come from. We're better than that.
That? Jesus, Keats, they've got names.
Not that as in them. That is in that wish-wash you're peddling. Smart people go to public schools too.
Okay.
Lyndon, tell him, would you?
Tell him what? Smart people go to public schools
Thank you.
in England.
They are private schools. They just call them public
Exactly.
Yeah, why is that?
because they're open to the public. Anyone that can afford to go there can. You're not restricted by zoning.
I mean, we're sort of restricted by zoning.
No, we're not.
Have you ever sat next to anyone in class from Mount Druitt or Penrith or Campbelltown?
That does not mean...
All I'm saying is, there's a reason why people like us and people like them don't mix. It's because it doesn't work. It's like oil and water or snags and treacle. Best kept separate.
I disagree.
Thank you, Lyndon.
It's more like milk and vinegar. They don't just not mix, they curdle when mixed.
Bang on, Dax. My old man had a fella from Penrith intern for him last year. Dad had his reservations, obviously, but he decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Turns out the bloke was a bit of a sex pest. HR turned in 12 separate complaints in his first month.
They waited a whole month before letting him go.
Who said anything about letting him go?
You just said that...
These complaints took up time. They took up resources, money. The firm decided they'd invested too much in this bloke to not make it work. So they promoted him to Chief Operating Officer.
What?
In the end, it sounds like a good story.
No, it doesn't.
But you can see how Dad's philanthropic attempts to mix milk and vinegar could have stunk up the joint. Can you see what I'm getting at?
Nah, not really.
Might help if you looked.
Didn't.
Can you see what I'm getting at? I'm saying that just because we're the negative doesn't mean we have to disagree entirely. We might say that we don't all need more time, only some of us do. Or we might say that we don't all need more time, we need something else. Is that clear?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I just matched with Kelly Fraser's dad.
We really need to decide on the scope. Do we think this is just about...
Breathwork, I know you're not a great room reader, but surely you've got enough self-awareness to realise no one else cares about this.
We need to define the topic.
No, we don't. What does this word mean?
It means that you... Verb. To require because it is essential or very important rather than just desirable.
And again,
To require because it is essential or very important rather than just desirable.
and once more for the people at the back.
To require
As it
because
is essential or very important. This sad, pathetic excuse of a Friday night is neither of those things. This is an alibi. Do you know what an alibi is, Breathwell?
A fish?
That's an abalone.
Sorry, I panicked. It's a. Noun. A claim or piece of evidence that one was elsewhere when an act is alleged to have taken place.
This is your alibi. Because if you didn't have that, Mum and Dad would start wondering why it is that little Annie never gets invited to anything social. The nights out, the house parties, the drinking. They're ramping up, you know. Shit, you must have heard. The parents sure have. Ooh, they're worried, all right. But not yours. 'Cause you couldn't go even if the invites did start rolling in. Even if you had mates up to your eyeballs. 'Cause you've got debating.
So, do I still do the definition?
You may, if it would be desirable to do so. What are you looking at?
Huh?
I said, what are you looking at?
Oh, it's just porn.
No, you're not. Oh, okay, no.
What?
Get rid of that.
Wouldn't append you for an ableist, Keats.
Just because I don't want to watch quadriplegic girls going at it in the middle of prep time does not make me ableist.
Well, they're not quadriplegic, they're paraplegic.
What's the difference?
I think it's mobility mainly. Here, if you watch the way they...
We're not supposed to use the computers.
I wouldn't worry. There's no danger of him using it to look up anything to do with the actual topic.
What topic? You know what your problem is, Keats?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Hey?
Sorry?
What?
Yes.
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 What is going on?
You don't know. You never know. You question everything you do, which means it takes a millennium to get any one thing done.
It's called being thorough.
No, it's called being neurotic. In this particular instance, however, your indecision could be an asset. Think about it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more complicated we make the definition, the more time we need.
But
The wider the scope, the more there is to discuss. That we all need more time. Is that referring to prep time, election time, time on this earth, time on the moon? Who is we? Is it me, you, and Dax back there? Is it the man on the street? Is it a synonym for you, Ryan?
that's double E.
Maybe it's a typo. Maybe they didn't proof. Maybe they ran out of time.
What are you guys talking about?
Jesus.
Oh,
So you're saying...
We're the affirmative, correct?
Correct.
So we set the definition.
Well, yes, technically, but
We get first crack. They can accept or reject, but it falls on us. That's the gist, right?
that's the gist.
So we make it wide.
But Lyndon said...
Lyndon sees the world through a particularly narrow lens. Now, I don't want to cast aspersions as to why. But I think we can take his parameter setting with a grain of salt.
So how wide?
You know those big country birthers that you see on A Current Affair? The ones that shack up at like 19 with their high school boyfriend and pop out like 12 kids?
Yeah?
That wide. And then for the next 39 minutes, you and Marnus back there come up with every single argument under the sun that could be tied to any or all interpretations of the topic.
But we'll be...
Unfocused,
Yes,
garbled, waffled,
yes, yes,
incoherent, inconsistent, incontinent.
yes, and yes.
Then, when the adjudicator, whoever he
Or she.
may be, attempts to synthesise it all in deliberation, what reason could they possibly come up with to justify such a bafflingly poor performance from three strapping, highly educated, presumably hung, elocution-endowed young gentlemen such as ourselves?
That we needed more time. I've set up argument boxes. Sorry, they're a bit all over the place.
That's fine.
Hamish! Could you not do that? Would you not do that?
So, just to be clear, we want to expand the definition.
I just think that we should be open-minded
About time.
about all of it. We're the affirmative. We steer, they ride.
Hamish, do you agree?
Well, as you know, Dax, I am taking a bit of a back seat on this one.
Yes, you've made that clear.
However, from the bits and pieces I'm picking up from said back seat, I am inclined to concur with Keats.
I suppose I've been outvoted then.
Well, come on. Arguments. What are they?
The exchange of diverging or antithetical views.
No, Lyndon. What are our arguments?
Yes, that would make more sense.
You're a fair way along it, Dax.
Along what?
The spectrum.
That's not helpful.
No, it is for some things. He'll never miss a train.
I mean that comment. It's not helpful.
Oh.
We should open with something overarching.
Something broad.
Stuart Broad.
Ooh. Probably best if we start on the left-hand side of the board. We're not Japanese. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I suppose you should write then.
No. You're second speaker, so you need to drive these. Besides, it'll be good practice. How are you going to handle 30 lippy 13-year-olds if you can't handle Hamish?
I was going to suggest we take a social view. A longer form discourse can lead to more insightful conversation.
Are you an insightful conversationalist, Dax?
I'd like to think so, yes?
Could you give us an example? You know, something that backs up that claim?
Well, this morning I had some dialogue at breakfast with some of the help about the differences between a friand and a muffin.
Do go on.
They posited the view that a friand is dense and moist, where a muffin is light and fluffy.
And did you push back on that assessment?
Somewhat. I argued that textual differences were subjective and palate-based. They would be better served pointing to the chemical distinctions of each.
And did they take that advice on board?
They gave me a tray of each to bring to supper this evening. And upon leaving, I overheard one of them calling me a snooty little...
Fuck.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think that's unfair.
I disagree.
Great. We're debating. Look at us.
I'm not going to write your speech for you, Katie. Well, and I couldn't write yours now, even if I wanted to.
Ugh, why not?
Because you're third speaker. I'm first speaker. I give the definition, I signpost our arguments, and I introduce you two. Lani, you're second speaker, which means you provide the bulk of our argument and speak for 6 to 8 minutes. You get that, right? Confidence instilling. Katie, you're third speaker. You provide refutation.
What's that?
Just say all the reasons why the other team are wrong.
I can do that.
Yes, but you can't get personal. You have to attack their arguments, not their haircuts or their blazers. Did Miss Whitaker not tell you guys any of this? For the record, I think it's outrageous that debating has become a form of detention.
I agree. You should bring that up at the next SRC meeting.
I will.
Of course, you'll be the only one there, because not even the SRCs they badged up out of minimum requirement rules give a shit about those meetings, so it'll be like talking to a pencil case or a bit of drywall or just not talking at all.
I'll take that on board.
So if I'm in charge of retaliation,
Refutation.
whatever, if that's my gig, I can't come up with anything until I hear what they have to say.
Essentially, yes.
So I'd be better off in their room.
Probably. But that would be against the rule.
What rule?
The rule.
You cannot, under any circumstances, leave the prep room.
There must be exceptions, though. What if you need to relieve yourself?
Do you remember Kishnu?
Oh, the exchange student from Mumbai was here for about a month or so last year.
Rumour was he was at Scott's the month before that. Kid was a hotshot third speaker back home, but he didn't acclimate all that well.
To the weather.
To the food. Kid had a dodgy bowl of soup one day and ended up with a case of the runs like you wouldn't believe.
That's ironic. Arrogant.
Point is, said runs just so happened to coincide with the All Schools Cup final. Kishnu had to go. Bad. 2/3 of the way into their prep time.
They got disqualified then.
No.
What? He held it in.
No. He sat in the prep room.
In the centre of the prep room.
Well, no, I don't see how that bit's relevant.
Oh, and the worst part, the prep room was the debate room.
But surely they relocated upon finding a steaming pile of human feces in the centre of the room.
No.
My goodness.
It's high school debating. I don't see why the rules have to be this rigid.
Who's Richard? That your boyfriend?
No.
It speaks. Lani, right? What'd you do to land a Friday? Bet it was something bad. Punch? Shank? Shoot? Nah. Couldn't be. I'd have heard. I reckon shank. You've got a bit of shank about you. Was it someone older? Someone younger? That'd be right. No one ever goes for the bigger room. Why'd you do it? He look at you funny? No, that's not enough, even for a psycho like you. You say something. That's it, isn't it? He bagged ya. What for? Could be the fact you're in a 42 when you're a 32 at best. Could be the Velcro wallet. Could be the Clark rubbers Auntie bought 7 sizes up in '09 because she knew you'd grow into them. Did she account for the gaffer tape when she did the budget, or was that as much of a surprise as when you slipped out? Hey, look at that. Breath work. So, they pressing charges? Couldn't be. You'd have copped more than a Friday. I reckon they wanted to charge, But Mum and Dad took one look at you and knew they'd be juicing a shriveled up lime. You're about as squeezable as a bulimic chick's rump. Not worth the court fees. They'd be better off telling Junior to antagonize someone who looks like he could at least afford a set of Papermates. What's that you're using? Is that Bic? Jesus. The home brand of pens. Still, I guess it doesn't matter for you, does it? When you've got nothing to work with, it doesn't matter what you're working with. It's like giving black and gold butter to a kid with no tongue. Still, something nice is always nicer than something not nice, and those things are nasty. Do you agree? Breathwork?
No, I can't say that I do.
It's a colloquial argument. When people say they've done time, it means...
They've been to prison. Yeah, that bit I understand. What I'm not understanding is how you think it's plausible that Oscar Pistorius could bounce out of prison.
I've done the maths. Theoretically speaking, if the prison walls were lower than the spring of the prosthetic...
They're not trampoline legs.
But if they were, then you could argue that he needs more time.
And higher walls.
That too.
Felons don't need more time, they need education.
What?
What, you think Oscar murdered his girlfriend because he was uneducated on the dangers of homicide?
I thought you were taking a back seat.
He was, what, unaware of how fatal death could be?
I just mean, sometimes we're too quick to judge people.
Hippie.
We're definitely too eager to lock them up.
I think the threshold's dangerously low.
Yeah, but you also think that people should be shot for watching videos without headphones on?
Only on public transport.
You're not serious?
Of course I am. It's a crime against humanity. Why should I be subjected to your primitive entertainment choices just because you can't be bothered to afford headphones?
Yeah, but shooting people is...
An effective teaching method. Now, I'm surprised it's not used here more often.
It's not used here at all.
Yes, it is.
What are you talking about?
Henry Hoffman. Remember him?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to sit next to me in geography. Whatever happened to him?
He had a nasty habit of ending sentences with prepositions. Mr. Bollinger couldn't get it through his head that it's just not on. See what I did there?
Yes.
No.
Anyways, he shot him.
In the head?
In the shoulder.
Oh my God.
Now he goes to that special school over the bridge for boys with chronic shoulder pain.
So specific.
His critical evaluation's never been better.
Well, I don't doubt it, but... Jesus. That's a hell of a price to pay.
It's extortion.
Real damage. 40 grand a year to wear a bow tie and look down on everyone else.
Can you stop pulling the posters off the wall?
Do you know something, Breathwork? I've always thought you had a bit of boater about you.
Bit of...
You'd really fit in a place like this. Misguided priorities, big grooming emphasis, in more ways than one. You're sort of uppity minus the check, aren't you? Guess you'd be pretty damp around all this top shelf stationery.
I was enrolled to one. A private school, I mean.
Sounds grim.
It was lovely. They had grounds and big sandstone buildings and a performing
Convicted clergyman?
Dunno. Never made it past the uniform shop. My mum figured out that my dad
Banging the pool boy?
was worse. He'd poured all their money into some health scheme. Powdered green juice.
Sounds disgusting.
Supposed to make you more regular.
Weird selling point.
Some ex-buddy of his got him into it. Said he could make 10 times what he was earning for half the effort.
Quite the pitch.
Turns out it was all nonsense. The only way to make any real money was by recruiting other sellers. They'd pay a service
I know
fee.
how a pyramid scheme works. Get to the tragedy.
They'd stockpiled so much of the stuff that by the time they figured out
But
that
no one wants to buy liquid laxatives off a glorified door-to-door salesman.
it spiraled pretty quickly.
Terps. I will do it.
Mum had to redo her rego. Go back to working nights at the public hospital.
That won't do it. Cover the fees, I mean. Like I said. Damage. Do you think you would have found it there?
Found what?
The thing.
The thing.
The thing you're obviously looking for? Come on, you think I don't know who you are?
You asked what my name...
Yeah, I didn't know that before, and even now I'm having trouble remembering what you said it was.
It's...
Any time you pass me, I'm probably looking the other way, and that's not a coincidence. That's me, telegraphing to you plain as Jane that you do not ask me about the time, or the weather, or any other inane glob you might think in some fantasy progresses to a deeper connection down the line. But that doesn't mean I don't see.
See what?
Trying. Bugging teachers at recess for feedback on a paper that's not a bee's dick from being reread, let alone remarked or even remarked upon. Peddling your little SRC initiatives at lunchtimes and weekends. Your sausage sizzles, your book exchanges, your think groups. No one comes. No one cares. You'll try your hand at archery, debating, tennis. You'll have a crack at anything if it means finding it.
Making the most of
Your
my...
opportunities. No, I don't think so. I think you're searching for something you're actually half decent at. I mean, this, isn't it? You flinch at the first suggestion of conflict. Anyway, I'm sure you'll find it.
What if I don't?
Well, that is an interesting question. Moreover, that's an interesting proposition.
Proposition.
We've been told, led to believe even, that there is something out there for each of us. A skill, a party trick turned moneymaker. That it's only a matter of time, a matter of grind before we find it. But there's no logical basis for that.
Isn't there?
Of course not. It's like saying everything happens for a reason. Complete nonsense.
Is it?
It's just something you tell people when bad shit happens to them and you don't know what to say. Example. Your dog got flattened by a reversing Hilux because the dickhead behind the wheel was on the blower? Oh, well, you know what they say. Everything happens for a reason. Like, what the fuck is that?
So, you think that some people are just bad?
Bad? Not great? Not special? Average? Is that really so hard to believe? I don't know, breathwork. Maybe you are special. Maybe you do have a thing. But I tell ya, you're gonna want to find it soon before real life kicks in. 'Cause otherwise, you'll blink and you'll be 46 and signing up to a spin class at the PCYC, bumping into folks our vintage who just embrace their averageness for what it was. Came out the other end with a reception job, a couple of kids, a 3-bedder in Greater Western something or other. Holiday up the coast every other year and not a suicidal thought in the world. And then you'll wonder what you could have had.
What does he have?
Who?
Brother Seamus. They said he was on sick leave start of last year. but we haven't seen him since.
Might have died.
Nah, I reckon we would have heard. They reckon he's gay, you know.
Who's they?
Just some of the lads. They saw him down Oxford Street one night.
At an establishment?
No, I think he was just buying bread and milk. Still, pretty gay place to buy bread and milk.
Maybe he lives there.
Maybe. What do you reckon, Keats? Keats?
What do I reckon about what?
Brother Seamus, what do you reckon he's got?
I haven't thought about it.
Well, you don't have to think about it, just have a punt.
He's probably got something highly contagious. They said he was well enough to teach, but didn't want to risk giving whatever it was to any of us.
Who's they? Maybe he's got AIDS.
How would he give us AIDS, Hamish?
Same way he'd give anyone AIDS. By fucking us.
It's not AIDS! Great. Now I have to start again.
Doesn't your brother have it?
Who?
The older one, the one that's a teacher.
He's a teacher's aide.
Oh, that's a relief.
Oh, believe me, in the eyes of my mother, it's just as unfortunate.
As having AIDS. She doesn't think education's a worthwhile profession.
She does, if you're a principal.
But to be a principal, you have
Be
to...
a teacher first. Yes. I've tried explaining that to her, believe me. As she said, it's all a matter of application.
But don't you want to be...
I've got all these notes.
What did she say when you told her?
Hamish, I need to concentrate on my notes.
Oh. You haven't told her?
Not yet. I will.
When?
When I sit down to do my preferences.
That's soon.
I understand that, Hamish.
Just making sure you're aware. Man, that is soon.
I might wait a little bit longer, actually. I'll definitely talk to her about it. By the end of the year.
That's pretty close.
It's June.
Exactly.
Start of next year, at the latest.
Well, you might wait until after you've already started uni.
Potentially. I just need a bit of... It's been a very busy half-yearly extracurricular bits. I just need to come up with the optimal strategy.
To talk to your mother.
That's right. Won't be an issue. I just can't rush these things.
Right. They used to call it GRID, you know. Gay-related immune deficiency. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we're just worried about the wrong...
Shit. What?
Am I doing here?
Yes. You need palm cards? If I give you some of mine, are you going to use them for your arguments? You're not just going to draw penises or whatever boys do? These are too big. Halves or thirds? Halves. That should do it. If you need any more,
Thanks.
you know, if you're gonna get through this thing, you're gonna have to say a lot more than thanks.
Get through what?
The debate.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you're gonna need a list of reasons for why we don't need more prep time. And I'm gonna help you, okay?
Can I write a haiku?
A haiku? I suppose you can write a haiku.
What's that?
That's Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay.
It's essentially a list of everything we need in order to function, individually and as a society.
Okay.
And debating is not on there. So we're arguing that we can't need more prep time if we don't need debating.
Lots of things aren't on there.
Like what?
Like footy, LCM bars, 1-4.
Those things aren't essential.
According to who?
Maslow?
He sounds like an idiot. If you didn't have the things you'd like, you'd just go crazy.
That's your son, isn't it?
How you know that?
My mum works at the hospital. Does he live with you?
Your mom's not one of those midwife people, eh?
No, she's a nurse. Why?
If she was, you'd know.
No what? Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay! Shit, what am I gonna do?
Are you sure it's gone?
Yes, I'm sure it's... Oh, shit! It was parked up right into that magnolia. If you'd just let me go down like I wanted to.
My fault you threw it out the fucking window?
You distracted me.
That was Lyndon.
That was Lyndon. What did I do? Just forget it, both of you. Just fuck off.
Don't worry, I fucking will.
Please.
What was so special about that ball anyway?
It's my dad's hat-trick ball.
I assume that's a cricket thing?
Yes, Keats, that's a cricket thing.
Will he notice if it's missing?
Well, he keeps it in a glass case behind his desk at home, right beside a photo of himself.
Why do you have it then?
This morning, at breakfast, he told me to tuck my shirt in.
And?
And that was it.
Oh.
Figured I'd get his attention somehow.
And say what?
Dunno.
Is he coming tonight? Then by the time we're done, he'll probably be over it.
Unlikely.
My Uncle Reggie used to swear if he ever met Malcolm Fraser, he would let him have it for letting the Vietnamese in.
And did he ever meet him?
Right at the end.
Whose end?
Both. Died same day. Same nursing home.
Did he give it to him?
The only time I ever saw them together, they were guffawing at some old Leslie Nelson piece. The nurse was Thai, or Vietnamese. something southeast. She said they'd been in there for hours just laughing away.
Huh. Suppose I just have to bunker down in here for the next 40 odd.
Yes.
Not all of them. Sometimes you just die.
You always just die.
True.
Perhaps that's the ultimate healing. The end of anxiety. Perhaps you'll forget.
The bloke averaged 48 with the pill and somehow managed to bag 3 on the trot against a rock-solid Mossman outfit. And they were top order guys too.
It could not mean any less to me.
Well, it means a hell of a lot to him. A lot more than a race-based grudge or a kick in the dick, that's for sure. Was he hard on her?
Who?
The nurse, the Vietnamese one.
He was an 89-year-old with the bowel control of a 98-year-old. It's pretty hard to be hard on the person wiping you down.
What? I've cut you some palm cards.
Great.
Also, I've written a sample refutation on each. So these are some arguments they might make, and these are some potential counter-arguments you could offer if they do.
Great.
Also, on a more general note, I think you should keep an open mind about debating. Okay, so maybe we don't need it in the way we need water and air, but it's a very important...
When are you going to get it through that blonde head of yours? I'm here because I have to be here. I don't give a shit about debating. The second this farce is over, I'll be nabbing a brownie or a bit of carrot cake down to the hall and fucking off. And on Monday, you and I will not bump into each other and make light, fluffy conversation on the handball courts or by the locker bays or behind the library. Because you and I will never have spoken and will therefore have nothing to speak about. Am I making sense?
You don't know that I know there are certain circumstances you have to meet. That's right, isn't it? You have to put in what your detention supervisor deems to be maximal effort. Otherwise, your detention rolls over to next week. And seeing as this is the last week of the regular season, that'll mean picking up muesli bar wrappers or unclogging the drains in the girls' bathrooms that have been piped full of knotty hair. It's in your best interest to take this seriously.
You've beaten yourself so hard over the rules, you've gone blind. Let me be your guide dog, Petal. Whitaker didn't dot her I's. My supervisor never showed up. You've got to be taking the piss. You're the supervisor. Jesus, that'll do me. As if we needed another reason why this is a waste of everyone's time.
Where are you going?
I don't know, breath work. Do I need to get it checked off with you? Have you got a sign-out sheet? Oh, here's one. Detention report. Student, Katie Nagel. Katie exhibits, spelt that one wrong, love, intelligence in the form of pointed, at times cruel remarks designed to project her insecurities onto students around her. Katie's behaviour can be rationalised. Use the American spelling there, mate. By the fact she is going through a tough... Fuck is this? Huh? Just what?
I was just trying to cut you some slack. I know about...
You don't know anything. Let's just nip that in the bud.
Katie,
I don't want your slack. I want my Fridays back. But if I can't have that, I want my Fridays forward. I'm not coming back next week for this. Not for anything, so let's just get this shit over with. I've seen how you nerds sit. Fuck!
Are you okay?
Does it look like I'm okay, breathwork?
Don't fucking call me that! No, I'm serious. I'm over it. I'm sick of getting kicked in the guts like a stray cat and just having to grunt and cop it when all I'm trying to do is be kind to everyone. All I'm trying to do is help and be helpful and find something that actually gives back a little for the shitload I put in. It's not fair. It's not.
It's not fair. Really? Look, I'm sorry no one showed up to your sausage sizzle for the homeless, but if you can't see why you're not the biggest loser there, then I can't help
It's
you.
not binary, Katie. It's not one or the other.
Yes, it is. It's either really fucking bad or it doesn't warrant a thought.
No, it's all crap, okay? All of it. I try so hard all the time. And you're right. I do feel like I'm running out of shots to fire.
I didn't...
No, don't. Don't take it back because you said it and you meant it and you were right. Because it all gets real soon and I don't know what weighs what yet. And I'm sorry you're going through a rough trot.
Oh, don't.
Don't what? Don't pity you? Is that what you're so worried about? Is that why you're so closed off and hard and cold? Because you're worried that someone might actually be trying to listen? Like someone might understand what...
Koe moana loloto. Peaku, peaku, ufi, ufi. E kukovi, kotoa pe. E kukovi, kotoa pe.
Affirmatives here and negatives there. 3 tables each. Timekeeper and chair sit between us. Come on.
Ready? Jasper?
Huh?
Checks and balances? Why are you doing that?
Just getting rid of a bit of nervous energy.
Why?
Why am I nervous? Hard to say, really. If I had to nail it down to just one thing, just one thing, I'd say it'd probably be because...
You've just written definition.
I am aware of that! Shit! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Look at this! It is the same word over and over and over. Oh shit! I can't concentrate. I can't breathe.
How is that helping?
I don't know.
Jesus. Here.
What's this?
Jungle juice.
You drink it?
You sniff it. Here.
Does it? Is it supposed to?
Loosen your anus. Yes. Might as well sing from the same hymn sheet.
Whew.
Any better?
You realise, if we don't win tonight, this is it.
The final prep.
6 years.
I know.
And you've been pulling this shit for about as long.
I know.
Cost me a fortune. Might be time to address it.
I know.
It's not going to sort itself out.
I know.
Why 3?
What?
A hat trick. Why is 3 so significant?
It's just arbitrary.
It's just arbitrary.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Prep time, I mean. 60 minutes. It's just a random number someone picked and decided was significant. Why though? Why not 90? Why not 100?
Why not a week?
Why not a year?
Oh, you can't spend a year in prep time. How would you ever put a season together?
We don't need to provide the solutions. We just need to argue that more time equals greater quality.
Parkinson would disagree.
Yeah, but he hasn't been on the air in ages.
Ron Parkinson. Pretty easy argument to make, though, on the fly, given the circumstances.
Did you hear what I just said? 6 years. Do you think if you'd been given any more time, you'd be any less...
Neurotic?
No, actually, I was going to say obsessive.
No, probably not. Oh, thanks.
You could actually argue the opposite.
That we need less time.
Almost none.
Oh, that'd send me into a spin.
3 Billy Goats Gruff. What's hiding under the bridge?
A troll.
If I'd given you an hour to answer that, you would have ummed and ahed and plucked so many hairs you'd be en route to Turkey by now.
It's actually pronounced...
Turkey.
No.
Just stop that. It's Turkey. Just dance on split concrete with me, would you? Bask in the glorious glow of confidently wrong.
Confidently wrong?
I say make them flash debates. Stand here, give us the topic, and off we go.
What about our parents?
What about them?
Surely they'd appreciate a more thorough preparation. They are the audience, after all.
They don't give a shit about this stuff, Dax.
Hang on, my parents do.
With the greatest respect, Keats, your folks are lefties.
Meaning?
Meaning, the hardest thing they've had to contend with this week is the font to make their pronouns in their email signature.
So your mum doesn't care how you go?
She cares if we lose. Cares enough to snark about it on the ride home. But she's not really listening. She's thinking about her own day. About the conversation she'd like to have over, or that prick that just cut her off on Old Southhead Road. Or the dump she's going to take when we're out of here, when the pretentious lip major adjudicator decides which way this thing's going to go. Even they're not listening.
That'll do me. The adjudicator's not listening?
No, not really, not properly anyway. Because they're thinking about their spiel, about how they're going to dazzle us all with their never-before-heard insight into the art of persuasive argument when the third negative finally pipes down and he or she can have their way with us. Not sexually, obviously.
Obviously.
Way too many of us. It'd have to be a bukkake.
Oh, Hamish!
Intellectually.
And I suppose it's ironic that none of us are listening to any of them?
Fuck that. I'm going to listen to that wanker.
Great. So we're all talking for the sake of talking.
Well, we've got to be here, don't we? May as well talk away the time.
His body's starting to change shape. Sort of fading to nothing. Bit by bit. pretty soon it will just be nothing. Some days I think I should have stopped going ages ago. 'Cause you worry about image, you know? His to you. Whether he'll be all smiling and twinkly and vibrant, or a daffodil in mid-April. And you worry about him too, the longer it drags on.
Mum says she sees you there most days. The brown skirts, you know.
Yeah, well, she probably won't see me there much longer.
Is that where you would have been tonight? Sucks they made you come here.
To be honest, it's a break. Almost reckon Whittaker knew what she was doing.
She gave you an alibi.
That feels weird.
What does?
Talking. Sort of nice. In a painful way.
You've never talked about it?
I figure the less I talk, the less it means, the less I care, the less it hurts. Besides, people can't listen for as long as they can talk. So they have to start talking. You might as well just talk to yourself. I know what your problem is. You're not very good at talking at people. That's what debating is.
I guess not.
You're not very good at talking to people either.
This is comforting stuff.
But you're pretty good at having people talk at you, to you. People fork out a lot for that shit. Not a bad thing to be your thing.
Her thing is real world experience. I think if I do that for a year or so, she'll be somewhat placated when I do eventually decide to transition. Not to a woman, professionally.
Sounds like a military code.
That's exactly what it is.
Army?
Navy.
Is that the gay one?
That's just a stereotype. But yes.
Suppose you gotta respect that. Anyone joining the forces?
Nah, I don't gobble that up. This idea that anyone who joins up suddenly owed respect, suddenly a good bloke.
You don't think servicemen
And women.
deserve respect?
Not automatically, no. If you do good things, sure, but it's like joining the priesthood or the Masons or the clan. If you're a cunt, you're a cunt. I don't care what vestments you don. I'm peckish. Anyone else peckish? Where are those frowns?
To the hall kitchen!
You know, Hamish, if what you say is true, that everyone's too focused on their own stuff to care what we have to say, then this thing really is a foregone conclusion. I mean to say, if our folks really are just ruminating on their own bits, then there's no way that anyone could possibly believe that we have to spend any more time on this drivel than we have already.
That's an interesting contention.
And furthermore, if said contention is to be accepted as fact, then it follows that they would understand, nay, appreciate an express trip home. However, Mother didn't raise no delinquent, and it would be imprudent of us not to inform our opposition
of the state of our...
Union has lineouts.
Is that the one where they put their heads up the other guy's asses?
That's a scrum.
Wrong side, dickheads.
Muffins! Frions!
So, you actually want to forfeit?
Technically, we already have.
You broke the rule. Why?
Well, we came to the conclusion that the topic was patently swayed in your favour.
You'll have to walk that one out for me.
There is literally no argument that any of us could make that would convince any sound of mind person to give any of us more time.
You're very precise.
I know.
I think it's fabulous.
Really?
You take pride in your work. So, you define time as prep time?
Well, the only rational definition for time is prep time, because it's the only unit of time that can, with a little bureaucratic license, be controlled. Hypothetically, of course.
I suppose that's accurate?
Yeah. Whatever.
May I?
Now that I don't believe. A prepper with a rollie.
Times are tough.
Oh yeah? What's so tough about them?
Nothing you would understand.
Give me a whirl. Hair gel?
Daddy stuff.
Oh yeah. What's yours got? Bowel, pancreatic, lung, testicular. Mine. That's where it started.
Oh.
You're right. Probably wouldn't understand. Do you want to get into the weeds?
Not really.
Good.
So, like, did he lose them?
Lose. Oh, just the one.
Jesus.
Could be worse.
Still.
It's just a ball.
So, do you have, like, a really tidy bedroom?
Spotless. What are you doing?
I'm generating a positive dihedral angle.
You're lifting up the wings, bro.
Yeah, I'm just lifting up the wings. Bro. I suppose I should just say that, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd sound like a dickhead. No one likes listening to dickheads.
That's smart.
Straight off to Houso after this?
What's it to you?
May as well jet off now then.
You reckon?
Makes sense.
If I leave now, we're just as culpable as you for a forfeit.
So you're sticking around then?
I reckon. At least till everyone else gets here.
Huh.
Ah.
I see.
See what?
You're operating under the assumption that the debate was due to be held in this room.
That's how it works. Away team practicing the
Preps
debate.
in the debate room, yeah. But at this school...
The home team preps in the debate room.
Well, that's not fair. But that means that...
You ready?
Explain.
We thought the debate was in this room, sir.
Shut up, Keats. Baker.
Well, sir, it's a few things. But more than anything, it's collective resignation.
Collective resignation.
We're collectively resigned to the fact that some things can't be resolved by time and time alone, and some things definitely don't warrant a lengthy debate. Take a muffin, say. I could leave a muffin in the oven for as long as I like, but it won't make it a Freon. It wouldn't be as rich, as dense, as sumptuous. That would require a
chemical alteration.
A chemical alteration, yes, Dax. A muffin plus time is a muffin. That may be a hard truth, sir, but it is still a truth, an undeniable one. And no matter how long I stare, no matter how long I give it, it will never be anything other than what it is. Sometimes things are what they are. A muffin is a muffin. A Freon is a Freon. A ball is a ball.
Assigning any deeper meaning to it won't make you any less tangled.
And then there's the matter of physics, sir.
Physics?
Tasks expand to fit the time allotted to them. Perhaps you've heard that, old chestnut.
Parkinson's Law.
He may have mentioned it in one of his episodes, but I wouldn't say it's his.
Ron Parkinson.
I suppose what I'm saying, in a roundabout way, is that you could give us all the prep time you had, sir. You could give us a week or a month.
Or a year.
A year.
And you know what my dad would say to me, having not seen me in a year? Tuck your shirt in, son. You see, sir, people see time as this gift when really it's a crutch. The more you have, the more you lean on it. The longer you take to get anything done. I mean, in a lot of ways, I envy the shit out of Brother Seamus, sir, riddled though he may be.
You... What?
A fella like that has nothing but the time he's got left.
Richard had his time. He had all the time he got. That is all there is.
That is all there is.
Freon, sir?
Your mother tells me you're joining the Navy, Dagwood. On current observations, that seems necessary.
Actually, sir, I've decided that people that join the Navy are actually just cunts.
Constables of the Sea, sir. Constables of the Sea, that's what I call them.
Yeah!
Well, yes, I guess they are constables of the sea.
Indeed.
Have you had a stroke, Keats?
Stroke a good cheer, sir. I'm in a tremendous mood.
Well, we'll talk about this mood on Monday. Obviously, this debate will go down as a forfeit on the part of St. Jude's.
Bugger.
And the points will go to Wattleview Public. You are dismissed. All of you. Now! Cleaner found a cricket ball in the courtyard below Partridge 3.
Did he?
Yes, she did.
Oh.
It's in my office. Is it yours? If it's yours, you'll have to wait till the year 11s are finished so you could pick it up.
Funny time to find a cricket ball, don't you think, sir?
Why?
Oh, it's just not that time of year.
The fleeting looks are gone. The fire logs are all ash and ember. The light that once was strong been dark so long I don't remember. Her skin like cellophane, she'd let light through if I could only find her. Too constant to call it pain. Now every day's a dull and bleak reminder. It's written on your face, it's the sigh of the weary. It's painted on the way you do your thing and I do mine. It's telling in the morning when our roll sheets are empty. This love of ours is falling on hard times. Our bones are dust and chalk, two frail forms that drift nowhere together. My charm, your lips are talk, been beaten, hushed into a calm surrender. It's written on your face, it's the sigh of the weary. It's painted on the way you do your thing and I do mine. It's telling in the morning when our roll sheets are empty. This love of ours is falling on hard times. This love of ours is falling on hard times.